Depression isn't just sadness. It's not just feeling down for a few days or having a rough week. It's a serious, complex, and deeply personal mental health condition that affects how we think, feel, and function in our daily lives. If you or someone you love has ever wondered what a depression diagnosis really means, how it's identified, and what recovery can look like, this video will gently guide you through it all. You are not broken. You are human, and understanding is the first step toward healing. So, what is depression really? Officially known as major depressive disorder, it's a mood disorder recognized by the medical community, specifically in the DSM-5, which is the official guide used by psychologists and psychiatrists. It's crucial to understand that depression isn't a sign of weakness, laziness, or a lack of willpower. It's a legitimate medical condition that can affect anyone, no matter their age, gender, or background. It involves persistent feelings of sadness, emptiness, or a loss of interest in things you once enjoyed. But it's more than just an emotional state. Depression can also impact your body, your sleep, your energy levels, your appetite, and even your ability to think clearly. Many people describe it as a heavy fog that settles over everything, a kind of emotional weight that makes even the simplest tasks feel impossible. One moment you might be able to function, and the next, getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. But here is something incredibly important to remember. Depression doesn't always look the same for everyone. It's not a one-size-fits-all experience. That's why it's useful to know that there are several different types of depression, and each one can show up in its own unique way. First, there's major depressive disorder, or MD. This is often what people think of when they hear the word depression. It is characterized by intense sadness and a loss of interest that lasts for at least 2 weeks or longer. Then there's persistent depressive disorder, also known as dysthymia. This is a chronic, lower-level form of depression that lingers for 2 years or more. It might not feel as intense as MD, but its long-lasting nature can be incredibly draining. You might have also heard of seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. This type is linked to changes in seasons and light exposure, often appearing during the fall and winter months when the days get shorter and darker. Postpartum depression is another specific form that occurs after childbirth. It's influenced by a combination of hormonal shifts, emotional changes, and the immense stress of caring for a newborn. And finally, there's bipolar depression, which refers to the depressive episodes that occur within bipolar disorder, alternating with periods of mania or hypomania. Every one of these forms can feel different. For some people, it's a profound emptiness or fatigue. For others, it's constant irritability, overwhelming guilt, or a feeling of emotional numbness. The key takeaway is that no two experiences of depression are identical, and your feelings are valid no matter how they manifest. So, how does a professional arrive at a diagnosis? It's not as simple as just saying you feel sad. A mental health professional like a psychologist, psychiatrist, or even your family doctor will conduct a thorough assessment. They'll look at a combination of your symptoms, how long you've had them, and the impact they're having on your life. They'll likely ask you about changes in your mood or energy, your sleep patterns, whether you're experiencing insomnia or oversleeping, and any changes in your appetite or weight. They'll also inquire about difficulties with concentration or decision-making, feelings of worthlessness or guilt, and very importantly, any thoughts of self-harm or hopelessness. To meet the official diagnostic criteria for major depressive disorder, these symptoms usually need to have been present for at least 2 weeks, occurring nearly every day, and causing significant distress or impairment in your daily life. It's not just a bad mood. It's something that gets in the way of work, school, or relationships. And while there's no blood test for depression, a doctor might order lab work. This is done to rule out other medical conditions that can mimic depression symptoms, like thyroid issues, vitamin deficiencies, or other underlying health problems. One of the biggest questions people have is, why does this happen? The truth is, depression is rarely caused by just one single thing. It's usually a complex mix of biological, psychological, and environmental factors all playing a role. Biologically, it can be linked to imbalances in brain chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, or even a genetic predisposition. If depression runs in your family, you might be more susceptible. Psychologically, things like unresolved trauma, the loss of a loved one, chronic stress, or long-standing negative thought patterns can contribute. And environmentally, factors like social isolation, financial stress, burnout from work, or living in a toxic environment can all be significant triggers. Depression can also be sparked by major life changes, even positive ones like starting a new job or moving to a new city that overwhelm your ability to cope. And sometimes, it just appears without any obvious reason at all. That's what makes it so misunderstood. It doesn't always have a clear why, and that's okay. Now, for the most important part of this conversation, the good news is that depression is treatable. With the right support, healing is absolutely possible. Recovery isn't a myth. It's a reality for millions of people. There are several common and effective approaches to treatment. Therapy is a cornerstone, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which is a powerful tool that helps you identify and reframe negative thought patterns. Medication, such as antidepressants, can also be a huge help. These medications work to rebalance brain chemistry and can ease symptoms, making it easier to engage in therapy and other aspects of healing. Lifestyle support is also vital. Things like regular exercise, getting enough quality sleep, maintaining a balanced diet, practicing mindfulness, and spending time outdoors can all have a profoundly positive impact on your mental well-being. And finally, community and connection, talking openly with trusted friends or family, joining a support group, and breaking the cycle of isolation are incredibly powerful steps toward recovery. And please, remember that healing isn't linear. It's not a straight line to better. There will be good days and bad days. Some days you'll feel like you're moving forward, and others you might just need to pause and rest. What truly matters is that you continue to show up for yourself with kindness and patience. If you ever find yourself feeling hopeless, detached, or having thoughts of self-harm, please reach out for help right away. You do not have to go through this alone. In the US, you can call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. In Canada, you can contact Talk Suicide Canada at 1-833-456-4566. If you're outside North America, a quick search for local mental health helplines will show you that help exists everywhere. Reaching out is not a sign of weakness. It is the very first and bravest step toward strength. Depression may change the way you see the world, but it does not define who you are. It is a condition, not your identity. And with time, patience, and the right care, the light does return. You are worth healing. You always have been. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please consider liking it and subscribing to our channel for more content on mental health and well-being. Take care of yourself.